Well, stocks are just getting crushed out there. Oh my goodness, it is nuts. I would tell you what all is down, but kind of what's the point? I mean, you got stocks down 30% in a day in some cases, but then they followed up being down another 40% the next day. It is crazy out there. I mean, seriously, if you own a stock and it's only down 5% in a day, it feels like you actually had a huge green day. But you know what? It's actually been a party for me this week, and heck, even in my group it's been a party, and I have not been this excited in a really long time. That may be why it looks like I'm totally amped up on 25 cups of coffee, but I'm really not. Now, I know many of you guys out there are just drowning in a sea of red and just wanting to throw in the towel on this whole investing thing. Please don't do that just yet. I want you to view this current down market as a party with me, and that is what the goal of this video today is to let you in on how to turn this into a party for you, because this is where fortunes are made, and I want you to party with me on the next red day. I just asked in exchange for you to gently tap that like button or smash it if that's your thing, and consider subscribing too, and it's super easy to do. And if you want to join the party with myself and hundreds of other investors who were loving this week and hoping for more, consider joining the Market Insiders private group where their Black Friday sale, Cyber Week sale, whatever the heck it was. Anyways, it was extended through today, and prices will never be lower than this again. You get access to 4 free courses that teach you how to plan, do evaluation, build up your cash, and a ton more for about 97% off the price if you had to buy them separately. And you get full access to me, my watch list with price targets, my buy and sell alerts, live weekly Q&As, exclusive videos, and a ton more, so check out the pinned comment. And before blasting me for promoting it, I have no ads, no sponsors. This is what YouTube pays me in a month, and I give half that and half the group's proceeds to charity. So how do you deal with this downturn that is just crushing almost every stock and turn it into a party? I mean, seriously guys, it's bad out there. Well, before you can party, you cannot make these mistakes first, so let's start there and then we'll kind of build forward. You cannot go out for an epic night in an epic town for an epic evening if you drink yourself silly pre-gaming before you ever leave your house or your hotel room. Not that I have ever done that before, I've just kind of heard it somewhere. It's never happened to me though. Moving on. So don't panic sell or FOMO buy or do anything with emotions and spoil your epic day is the point. Emotions are your enemy in times like these, and even during the good times they're your enemy. Just this week, I watched someone in our group get all excited about a stock they had been wanting to buy, and it was falling big. They were so excited they just kind of bought shares and they were just so happy. And then just 2 days later, they were running to the FOMO panic room because they wanted to dump the shares because it was just going to zero and they made a mistake. That is exactly what investing with emotions gets you. Emotional buying followed by panic selling followed by FOMO buying again. Or to put it another way, buy high, sell low, rinse and repeat. If emotions are involved, you will probably start to do something, and that's probably an indication that you don't have a plan or you're deviating from your plan, and that's what we need to discuss next. Don't buy or sell anything without a plan. I have no issues if you think this sell-off is going to get way worse, or if you have some Chinese stocks and the delisting potential is just too much risk for you, or if you're taking a tax loss harvest, or maybe you just want out of a mistake altogether. I have no issues with selling for any of those reasons, but please do so with a plan. Plan where you are putting that money, how much you want to buy, and your price target. Or you can plan to DCA and just stick to that schedule. Just do so with a plan. Next up, do not try to time the market. Nobody can do it with any degree of accuracy. I could not tell you how many people tell me they are not trying to time the market, but they're just going to sell and wait until the stock drops more and then they're going to buy back in. But they aren't trying to time the market. Really? You're not trying to time the market? If it was that easy to do, everyone would be doing it. And lastly, you need to ignore the noise, including noise that you put on yourself. An example of that would be, don't look at your portfolio. I know mine is down, and guess what? It just doesn't matter. I'm focused on what to buy next. Looking at my portfolio only encourages emotions, and we just covered what happens when that happens. If you can say what happens when that happens. I said happens a lot, I'm sorry. Don't watch videos, don't read articles. Stay focused on executing your plan. And guess what happens when you do start clicking articles and watching videos? YouTube, Yahoo, Google, social media, all of it is designed to feed you. And when you click on a crash video or something else like that, it's guaranteed it's going to serve you 10 more. One eventually is going to pique your interest and you're going to click on that one. And then before you know it, you are down the rabbit hole and you're watching videos where Apple is going to zero and Palantir stockholders will somehow lose their houses. And if you own Tesla stock, you have to go on a date with this guy. It's the internet, guys. It gets completely ridiculous, so don't click and don't look at your portfolio. So now that you know what not to do, how do you get to the point where weeks like this are an absolute party? How the heck do you get there? Well, honestly, that comes down to mindset first, so let's discuss how you get the right mindset to see what is on the horizon in this giant sea of red. So first, understand that the market always comes back. We have had 2 actual bear markets in 20 years. Both actually lasted well under a year, and one was like 2 months, and that was 2020, and we all saw what happened after that whole thing went down. But more importantly, look at the bull markets. They last for years. The pain is always temporary, and to be completely honest, buying during those bear markets is where the biggest gains are made. That is where fortunes are made, not during the inevitable run-ups that will absolutely come. Second, zoom out and view the market from that perspective and not the day-to-day, the hour-to-hour, the minute-to-minute movements. If you bought Tesla in 2017 or 2018, for example, it looked like a terrible buy if you just look at that year alone. Zoom out for a little bit and you look like a complete genius. The people who buy great stocks during those down or stagnant times always look pretty good in the long run, I think. I mean, don't you always hear people say, I wish I would have bought back then? Of course you wish you would have bought back then, but that's the hardest time to buy. When you are in the middle of the sea of red, it's hard to buy like many of you are experiencing right now. It's really hard to buy. So zoom out and keep that big picture in mind so you aren't saying, I wish I would have bought back then. Along those same lines, just execute your plan. If you bought this week like I did about 15 times or so, I have no idea how many, can they all go lower? Absolutely they can. Could Friday have been the bottom? Well, honestly, who knows? If I buy 2 weeks from now, can it go lower? Sure, absolutely it can. But the point I'm trying to make here is nobody can time the bottom as we discussed earlier, but as long as you are not buying hype rallies or buying speculative or just complete trash stocks, it just won't matter in the long run. After the internet bubble burst and everything went down, including my personal favorite Apple stock, it absolutely does not matter if I bought $2,000 worth of Apple stock at the high or the low in the aftermath of that. The fact is that $2,000 is worth around $1 million today. Now, of course, I wish I had caught the absolute bottom the year prior to that, or even just the low for the following year that I bought in, but a $2,000 investment turning into a 7-figure winner is honestly not too bad either. I think we would all take that in the end. So let me know if it was party time for you this week or not, and also let me know how long you think this downturn will last. I would love to hear what you guys think. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.